The Dallas Bar Association Public Forum Committee and Faith Forward Dallas are co-sponsoring a public forum titled Restoring Hope, Moving Forward in Reconciliation, with leaders from the Christian, Muslim, and Jewish faiths discussing how to move forward in the aftermath of the hostage situation. Joining me on the phone for the first part of today's program is the moderator of this upcoming event. Rob Crain is the past president of the Dallas Bar Association and co-founder of Together We Dine and Together We Can. Rob, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Rob, the event is open to the public via Zoom and is going to take place from noon until 1 p.m. this coming Friday. Who all will be speaking at the event on Friday?
Well, we're blessed to have Almas Muscotala from Faith Forward Dallas to help open up our program as she has been a leader throughout our community for many years, and Faith Forward Dallas initiative to bring people of different faiths together to move forward in community. And then our panelists will be Rabbi Andrew Paley from Temple Shalom, who was there that fateful night in Colleyville, helping in any way he could and showing support for his good friend, Rabbi Walker. Also there that same evening was Pastor Rob Roberts from Northwood Church, who will also be a panel member. He's founder of Multi-Faith Neighbors Network and has done great work in bringing people of different faiths together, as well as Imam Azhar Subadar from Islamic Association of Collin County. He'll be our third and final panelist for the program and also a champion for interfaith work.
What are you hoping will come out of Friday's public forum?
So, interestingly, we've held several forums similarly in the past, and the faith community in North Texas is it's phenomenal how close they are in brothers and sisters in supporting one another, and it's very little known. And they are great examples of how we all should reach out to those who may have different beliefs than us, but all share so much more in common with our community and where we're trying to go with having safe places for our families and being able to respect one another. So my hope is that this wonderful gathering will be an example for myself and everyone in attendance that we can be in positive relationship with people who may have such fundamental different beliefs as our own religions.
Who do you hope will join in on the Zoom public forum? It is free and available to the entire population here in North Texas.
You know, I cannot think of an American who doesn't need to hear from such leaders like this. It really, for each and every one of us, no matter how much work we may do in the community, in crossing, over borders in our own minds to build relationships and community with others who are different. It's always a inspirational event to see others who do it in their livelihood, do it with their example, do it with their efforts daily. And when their lives might be on the line, they're still out there supporting people who have different beliefs than them. So this is for everybody. And if you have not, whether you have a belief or don't have a belief or a faith, this is a wonderful opportunity to see how community truly exists and how we should emulate it in our own neighborhoods.
Are you hoping that we come up with some solutions on how better to protect synagogues and even mosques here in North Texas?
Well, I certainly hope that, generally speaking, our law enforcement, our Homeland Security, that we're able to, do a better job of protecting our institutions of faith, no matter what they are. I don't think we're going to focus on those solutions at our forum. I think, though, what comes from this forum will be protection for our institutions and houses of faith throughout North Texas, in that it'll show the respect that these leaders have for one another and hopefully change the hearts and minds of those who may have different feelings. And I don't expect there's going to be anybody attending this event that might have some kind of violent tendency or something like that. But the people who do attend will walk away from this with a changed heart. And who knows who they may come in contact with one day and who they may influence one day, and just build that broader community of respect and love for one another, that does bring a dissipation of friction and potential violence.
And if somebody wants to take part, they can register for the Zoom public forum coming up this Friday from noon to 1 p.m., dallasbar.org. That's dallasbar.org. The public forum is titled Restoring Hope, Moving Forward in Reconciliation. You co-founded, Rob, Together We Dine and Together We Can. Tell me about the work that you do with that.
You bet. My good friend, Pastor Richie Butler, senior minister at St. Luke Community United Methodist Church here in Dallas, following the shooting and murder of the 5 Dallas police officers in the summer of 2016, we just came together and said, we just got to start having conversations about race that are positive, that are in safe, constructive atmospheres. And that's how Together We Dine was started, in that we bring people together in person or nowadays via Zoom, and we break our groups up into small groups with facilitators who then facilitate a really moving experience. It's a very simple process. It's a very safe and comfortable process. But the secret sauce to it all is we're talking about race, which we never do. And once people have an opportunity to have a safe conversation, they realize, wow, we can have these conversations and we can take over this topic from the loud and sometimes ugly noises on social media. So it's a wonderful opportunity to talk about something we haven't talked about in a while and to change your thinking about how we can do that going forward in our everyday life. Together We Can was started shortly after the murder of George Floyd, and it's meant to be an ongoing program for people who want to be, mindful on a daily basis, walk their life in a mindful way towards issues of race. And so each month we send out communications covering certain subject matters and educating our participants on our history as well as things that we can do better going forward. And in addition, and Together We Can, to those monthly communications, we provide each person with a Together We Can silicone bracelet that they can wear to show that they're not silent to the issues of race. And we also invite them to attend one of our Together We Dine events. So it's a wonderful way for each individual to have a greater mindfulness towards our history and race issues in America.
Rob, if you watch the news or if you're on social media, whether it's about politics or what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, it seems like our country is more divided than ever. Are you hopeful that by doing things like We Can Dine and Together We Can, and with the upcoming public forum, that by starting a dialogue and getting more people involved in educating themselves, that we can come together?
Absolutely. Participating in a Dine event, you see people from all different walks of life. And the silent majority of people in America is one of, we want to build better community. We don't want to hear the loud noises from the left or from the right that are demanding we act and think in a certain way. Most Americans want an America where we're all free to have our opinions and be respectful of one another of those opinions. And guess what? We're human beings. We're made to have different perspectives and opinions because we all come from different parents, different neighborhoods, different experiences and mentors in life. That's just human nature. But when we listen to each other long enough, we realize that we have more in common. What unites us is greater than what divides us. So I am hopeful. It does take programs like Together We Dine and Together We Can, as well as these public forums, to show people that we can do this, and it's not hard at all. So I'm hopeful for America. We just have to be able to change the discussion away from political polarization and back towards what we have in common.
Rob, thank you so much for being on the program today. Rob Crain is the past president of the Dallas Bar Association and the co-founder of Together We Dine and Together We Can. He is also going to be the moderator at a public forum this coming Friday, March 4th, that is sponsored by the Dallas Bar Association Public Forum Committee and Faith Forward Dallas. This public forum is titled Restoring Hope, Moving Forward in Reconciliation, and it will feature leaders from the Christian, Muslim, and Jewish faiths discussing how we can move forward in the aftermath of last month's hostage situation that took place at Beth Israel Synagogue in Colleyville. You want more information on the public forum, go to dallasbar.org. Rob, thank you again for being on the show.
You bet. Thank you for having me.